Well, getting a ticket to the Olympics can be pricey, and not everyone, even parents of athletes, can afford to get themselves to Rio. Thanks to one woman's generosity and kindness, Uber driver Ellis Hill now has tickets and a passport to watch his son compete in men's shot put. Chicago resident Liz Willick is joining us now with more because she is an important part of this story. Liz, good morning to you. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So, this is an amazing story. Tell us how you met Ellis and learned about his son competing in Rio.
I was traveling to Philadelphia for a business meeting, and it was the Tuesday during the DNC convention. So there was a lot of traffic, a lot of security on the roads, and I had to stay in New Jersey. And when I was at the airport, I just called my Uber, and Ellis picked me up about 3 or 4 minutes later, and we headed eastbound towards New Jersey and had about an hour and 20-minute ride together. So we covered a lot of territory during that time.
And during that time, he told you about his son who was going to the Olympics, but said he couldn't be there to watch. So what was it about his story that inspired you to help him get to Rio?
Well, I think that in my professional life, over the last 20 years, I've really been a patient advocate. And my company in Philadelphia, it's called Clincierge. And what we do is we take patients from their home to clinical trial sites and then help them get home again. So oftentimes we're managing logistics, getting passports, visas, plane tickets, hotels, and I thought to myself, why can't we do this for Ellis? He could be one of our patients, just the only difference is he's an Olympic dad and his destination is Rio. And I also knew that we had people on the ground in Rio who spoke Portuguese, could act as translators and really help him while he's there.
So you started a crowdfunding campaign. How much money was raised?
Well, our goal was $7,500, and then I realized there were some fees on top of it, so we cut the crowdfunding off at $8,200 so that we would end up with the goal of $7,500 to cover all the expenses.
So when does he leave?
He leaves next Monday, August 15th.
What did he say to you when you told him that this dream was going to become a reality?
Well, it wasn't exactly in one moment. There have probably been a dozen kind of big hurdles to get to, and raising of the money was just one of them. And as it turns out, that was probably the easiest part. Getting the passport in 2 weeks and all the necessary documents, getting the hotel, transportation, the Olympic tickets in Rio. I mean, there were a lot of pieces that had to fall into place, and there have been dozens of people that have helped us along the way. So it wasn't really one moment. It's been kind of a long progression of steps. But I think after we raised the money, we had a pretty good idea that there was some kind of blessing or magic over this effort and that it was going to come true for him.
Yeah, do you believe in fate? I mean, of all the Uber drivers to pick you up.
Absolutely. Plus, I missed my plane.
Really?
In Chicago, yeah, which, that didn't rattle me. I knew there was another plane in an hour or so. But there were so many things that went into making this whole dream come true for him.
It's so amazing. Oh, what a great story, like I said. And you're a dream maker. Liz Willick, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.
And thank you, too. Go Canada, too.
Thank you. We appreciate that.